thank everyone for watching. You could be anywhere doing anything, but you're watching our silly video. So enjoy, watch the process, listen to the final track, and you'll just get an idea of what it takes to get from beginning to end and to release a tune.
Dave and I got together for breakfast early on in this project, like long before we even talked to Kim and Frank about getting this band back together. We were, catching up on 20 years of family and friends and life. And Dave he has this old notebook and he writes with this pencil device and he's like writing down these lyric ideas. And he had this song, Get to You, or This Love. And I remember, reading it and thinking, these lyrics, if this was to make it to a song, it would just be the best lyrics Mayfair Laundry's ever had.
I just remember the words just being amazing, just these pictures of what love is and in such special, picturesque ways.
So the lyrics of this song started with a complaining session that I was having with God. My life was falling apart, and I was asking, where is this love that I've heard so much about? And I was reminded that transformative love, which is no joke, comforts you, but also can get under your skin and grow you up.
But musically, he's singing me these melodies, he's ultimately then with a guitar playing this, and I'm thinking, Dave, this song has no structure. Like songs, here's how a song goes.
I don't know if I completely was seeing myself singing it as it was, so we had to just kind of get to work on it.
My gift to the band is that I have very little idea of what I'm doing when it comes to songwriting. And so that can be really frustrating, or it can yield great results. These lyrics happen to come with this simple melody that I really thought was somebody else's song because it sounded so familiar.
Then I realized, dang, most of my favorite songs, like Paul McCartney's songs, there are 5 different songs, like these great nuggets of ideas that rather than lock into these structures, let's just do them all.
The other one.
We were in the other one.
The lovey.
Yeah, and that's the one that I just want to repel the folkiness a little bit more. I don't know what I actually meant, repel the folkiness. I think I just wanted to do something different than where we were headed at the time. It was kind of very basic, and it felt a little country western borderline.
The joke in the band is that I write folk music. I'm not sure how that happens because I don't listen to folk music. It just comes out that way. And then they have to fix it. They have to repel the folkiness of it.
Did we keep it in hand when I wrote it?
Yeah, so this is where it sounds like we're playing at the country fair.
So this was just the early stages. I was just feeling it out, and I think just seeing where it went.
It's weird to hear me playing that bass line straight, dum 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 dum, and I was listening to that just now, going, I thought I had the melodic bass line by that time.
I just think our trademark is me doing rhythmic things and you doing melodic things.
Okay. But I guess I thought maybe it was too much or something, and so I wasn't playing it there, and Frank called me on it. So thanks, Frank.
That bass part is brilliant. Every time I listen to it, I just am singing along all through the production. Just that bass line, it's always stood out to me.
Yeah, Paul comes up with some great, complementing melodies on the bass. It always makes it fun for me. I can do something repetitive, or I can do something that's rhythmic and kind of funky.
I have to say, I think Frank's totally on this with me. Yeah, I forgot about Frank's wiggy wiggy guitar part there. I loved it that day.
This is absolutely fantastic because the finished song sounds nothing like this. It was very Get Shorty.
What did you feel? Does it feel awkward?
No, I always thought that it needed something, and then I like that.
Yeah.
And then just hopefully we can have some more.
So stay tuned on this topic because Kim actually later comes up with some great stuff for the chorus. Okay, so moving from a minor to a major 7. Yeah, that pedal tone note from Paul, man, that made me happy.
So now we head into uncharted territory. Sometimes we call this part the chorus.
Forgot about that version of that chorus. Just singing this love. Very, very 60s.
This is hilarious watching Paul and I simultaneously explore somewhat in the same key.
So now it's getting all jazzy, and I'm not sure what everyone's thinking. And the track I thought we were on changed directions. And then we're just doing this love like forever. And I don't know. It didn't make me want to hear the song, sing the song. I knew we'd get there. I was just kind of, it's hard to just throw out your thoughts or just shoot something down. And plus it was just early. I was just hoping we could come up with something better.
Here I'm presenting the idea of an outro, whole different tempo, whole different vibe for the song. And I know Paul likes it. Frank is saying that I sound a little like Neil Diamond, which does not offend me at all. I don't know what Kim is thinking yet.
I didn't realize we even came up with that part that day. I thought it was way down the road, so that's interesting. But I loved it, I think. I loved it. It was a little bit Partridge Family, and I'm like, I don't know if this is good or bad. I was a big fan in the day, but it's definitely different and fun.
So yeah, if you haven't noticed, Dave's in his happy place right now. It's hilarious. And we're gonna swing.
I always loved this ending from the very beginning. It's this crazy like third movement to the song. We've never really done anything like that. It's like, half the Paul McCartney songs that go somewhere totally new.
When we go up in the verses, yeah.
Yeah, we're always searching for harmonies.
D the whole time, but that's it. Because what are you singing? This love.
I'm so glad the three of them can sing.
Yeah, those background vocals. I enjoy putting together background vocal parts, and often I enjoy them with the melody moving around and the other lines kind of staying there. And in the end, we went away from that, I think, on the final version of this. But during this time, it was funny. I think at some point, Dave, it just sounds like a hum. And so he started pretending he's honking a horn. And I go, okay, maybe it's a little much staying on that same note.
So, just because it's laid back,
Yes.
don't think dainty. Like, hit it. Like, that, hit that. I mean, really just like, I feel like we're lacking energy. Yeah, so I'm not a very relaxed person, and I kind of play that way too. I want everything to be really intentional and really, I guess, precise. Not that I'm that precise, but I try.
At a minimum, I would say that if it's like, hey Frank, you only get one thing, you don't get five things. The segue, I feel like we could...
My favorite part of this whole conversation where Frank is trying to get us to play with more intensity, especially me, is that Paul and Kim are just sitting on the couch laughing because they know Frank wants the power. He is the one who brings us into the rock world. And I just think they think it's funny. I don't know. But Frank wants the intensity. He wants the intention.
I started just walking more.
Yeah. I'm wondering.
I guess I just want to rock everything.
Like quarter.
Well, I do love dynamics. I was feeling this being at this groove, like this thing that maybe like the Sade song, right? That just kind of flows along, and I can sometimes just really enjoy that. But yeah, Frank wanted to hear more dynamics in this. In the end, I think we definitely have some dynamic. He won that one. One thing I will say that I just heard here is that in the segue, healing hand, bloom, 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 bloom. That whole bloom, 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 bloom thing. I tell you what, if there's anything Frank's ever thought of better than that, I don't know what it is, because that thing just like brought this song home. It really is the crux of this song. This song doesn't have your typical tension that releases in a chorus, because this chorus is the tension. But that part of this verse, it feels so good when that happens, and then you get that release with that chord. So yeah, anyway, thanks for that, Frank.
Let's do that.
From up above, down below, love is getting to you. Left and right, every side keeps on getting to you.
I love this chorus. So when that came about, that was magical.
Kim, you just freaking nailed this. It's awesome. It's really good.
Yeah, this chorus, once it came together with this melody, it really started feeling great. And it's funny how hearing it all by itself with just Kim singing it is, boy, I wish there could be some more of that maybe, right? This chorus is so meaty with these big distorted drums and these guitars, and I love it, everything about it. But it's pretty sweet all by itself with just Kim singing that melody.
From up above, down below, love is getting to you. Left and right, every side keeps on getting to you. Up above, down below, love is getting to you.
So the two is accented. Keeps on getting to you. It's kind of fun.
So this is the first time that Frank and I get to hear this new chorus melody that Paul and Kim came up with, and it just changes this whole song. It takes it to a different level.
Like keeps on getting all the time. So she went back to love is getting to you, keeps on getting to you. Sure, it's not fun.
Yeah, that's fun.
Now our first time trying to play this chorus, I don't know all the words, so you can see Kim is kind of doing some sort of sign language to say, oh, it's left and right, and it's up and down, and I'm just trying to follow her.
His personality is starting to take shape here. This is starting to become more of what the final version sounds like. You can hear the infancy of it.
Yeah, Frank's guitar figure he came up with here. It's funny, by watching that, I remember all those iterations, but boy, once he landed on this thing, it's just, then this whole intro, I mean, that's what starts the song, as you can hear in the final version. This figure is so cool. I'm always a huge fan of a figure that all you gotta do is hear 2 notes of that thing, or like half a second of that thing, and you know exactly what song it is.
Okay, so it's time for a completely new direction. It's just the song has finesse, and I'm not a super finessey player, and so I had to figure out kind of how to fit and complement kind of the natural direction the song was going. I'm always willing to admit, when I just went a wrong way, and I have to kind of redirect myself.
Is there either something we can take out of the first verse or put into the second verse that just, you know what I mean?
I love that idea, and I feel like it just, to bring the song down in the beginning, made the whole thing shine and build, and it's so fun to just be able to have a little bit of a mellower spot where I can just sing.
Because if we pulled out stuff and even just had with a real tambourine sounds nicer.
Or we all come in on this part.
This was huge. I remember even at the time hearing Dave talk about this and me thinking to myself, how come I didn't think of this? And Dave thought of it, but of course that's what's so great about a band, I guess, right? So yeah, Dave just saw this, because this is a double verse. There's 2 verses before we get to that chorus. That's a long time, and they were both exactly the same the whole time. So, yeah, thanks, Dave, for solving that one.
Go back again. I hear something.
Yeah, Frank's bass line idea for that intro was fantastic. And he was saying, yeah, just like something like this, or if you hear something different, and going, no, just something exactly like that and no different. It sounds fantastic. Okay, what was your idea, Frank?
So ba 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 ba.
You put a thing that goes
Just like a sequence, like a loop.
I can do a sequence?
Do a loop.
They're so excited. It's really funny. It's not often I suggest a loop because I'm not a fan of heavy programming on a tune. I like things raw. But yeah, this song definitely needed it. It was the right direction to go.
I love it when those guys give me the green light to add some tinkly programming stuff. That little Phil Collins sound thing that Dave played for the very top just feels so good. Yeah. This whole intro is so just kind of sensitive and sweet, and I love that. This little beat and Frank's figure that I just love, and Kim singing this thing. Ultimately in the mix, I put this big delaying reverb-ish thing on it, and it's just this really nice moment, and then it comes in with a really nice stuff. Now it's sounding like I'm bragging about us, but it was just fun.
This was actually the first song that we tracked that day at East West Studios, and we were just so blessed to have Gooch there. He was getting ready to go on tour with Tears for Fears like within the month, and yet he took the time to come down and bring all these kits, and I got to use a Black Beauty snare drum, which I'd heard so much about but never used before, and play this old kit with black dots, which I haven't used since, gosh, the 80s. We just had a great time.
That's it. All right.
Oh, you know what?
So I like tracking from the control room, but there was like 1,000 people in the control room. So there was a space behind the console right below this big giant studio driver that was just above my head. And so I'd had Paul crank that up, and I was in my happy little like guitar well. There's an area down there, and it was fun.
Yeah, these guitars, when they come in on this chorus, it's like you're being flooded. It's all just this single note stuff, but it just feels so good. You know, the tone is fantastic, the part is fantastic, those old amps are fantastic, and of course going through the Neve desk and those transformers, and it just sounds amazing.
Love those guitars in the chorus. So cool. Go Frank.
But here's the biggest change, and Frank, I don't know what you'll think of this one, but I was really more envisioning in concert.
This outro, as fun as it is, it was difficult for us to nail down what it was going to be. Paul and I took it full Partridge Family. We had choirs of people singing. He had a friend playing some Wurlitzers. And we had a trumpet and some xylophones. That wasn't really where Frank and Kim saw it heading. Then the Rhodes was introduced as a key component that kind of took over the guitar part.
So this is when it got sticky. We bought this beautiful Rhodes, and so we wanted to play it.
into a keyboard, it doesn't sound the same. And it's true, like the inversion can't quite get the same sound. You can't get those pickup things. You try to capture that with some left hand.
So then Frank morphed over and started sounding like a keyboard, and he started playing this Leslie guitar part, but it was really a wrestling match. We thought it would be super easy and super fun, but it turned out there were so many moving parts.
Yeah, there was a lot more tracking and a lot more adjusting on everyone's part for our final, what I call the outro. The finished product to me is just the perfect blend of all of our influence.
Now it feels really good, but that was a challenging moment. I think the most challenging moment for this song was this ending.
It just does feel good.
So in the end, if a song can become a metaphor for itself, its subject matter, just like the song sings about a love that can get inside of you and transform you, whether that's an enjoyable experience all of the time or not, this song went from being some folk ditty to, I don't know, I'll let you define what kind of style of music this is, but definitely we can all agree on one thing. It started as one thing, and then through process of just listening to one another and being open to change and letting our guards down, this song became so much more than it started as. We hope you enjoy it. We had a great time making it, enjoy the finished product so much, and we're excited to move on to the next one that we're working on already. So, see you guys later.